Good look at the stadium and the well-manicured field. We want to remind you to tune in to MSG Network Sunday afternoon at 1:30 as the Yankees complete their series against these Oakland A's. Pre-game coverage begins at 1 with New York's Marriott Yankee Scorecard Show and special segments on Madison Square Garden's 3rd annual Charity Week. That's Sunday afternoon at 1:30. These same two ball clubs as Bernie Williams looks at ball 1. And quickly ball 2 at Kenny. It's interesting. We heard it in Los Angeles with Mike Piazza, and very strange to hear Bernie Williams hear a smattering of boos. Fans are very, very attuned to the financial demands that players make.
You know, and both of these players have been with their franchises from the start, through the minor leagues and into the majors.
3-0.
And have become fan favorites. In fact, they're two of the biggest stars in baseball. And
but anytime a player turns down $80 million for 6 years or $10 million for 5 years or whatever, the average fan, nor us in the broadcast booth, can identify with turning that kind of money down. Bernie draws a 4-pitch walk and a good start for the Yankees to try to answer the Oakland 5 spot.
Number 24, Tino Martinez. First pitch, number 24.
Tino gets his first welcome after his fabulous runner-up MVP year last year to his ex-teammate Ken Griffey Jr. Haynes working quickly but can't find the strike zone now with a 5-0 lead, and it's ball 1.
One thing you have to remember, Haynes is sitting on the bench while all that damage was being done by his teammates, and maybe it's a little hard for him to get his rhythm going. In fact, Rick Peterson has him warm up twice before the ball game. He warms up, sits him down for a while, then gets him going. He'd had so many problems in the early innings that, particularly the first inning, that they changed his warm-up routine. And you'll see that done with a lot of pitchers.
I happened to pitch opening day in 1965 against the Yankees, and their opening day pitcher was Jim Bouton. That's in for a strike, and Jim Bouton had the same problem, and he would go down. It's customary for a starter to warm up about 25 minutes before a game. You warm up for 20 minutes and take a 5-minute break. Bouton would go down 45 minutes, warm up, sit down, and then pitch an imaginary inning in the bullpen like you're referring to. That's wide. That's 2-1. To try to get over those first inning or early game problems that a lot of pitchers have, and a lot of good ones have that.
It's hard for me the reason why the Orioles would give up on a youngster who has such a good arm like Jimmy Haynes.
Good at bat by Tino Martinez, and he gets the first Yankee hit, a sharp single to left field, and the Bombers have 2 on with nobody out, and Darryl Strawberry coming up.
As you mentioned, good piece of hitting. The target is low and away. The pitch is moving away, and Tino hits it that way. Look for the pitch out here and look for the ball. They head out in this direction. Good piece of hitting by Tino Martinez. Oh, nice, nice. There's the target, and you can see the catcher, A.J. Hinch, really didn't have to move his glove all that much. And Tino, good piece of hitting. Ball going the other way, and the Yankees had their first hit of the game.
And now the fans have reason to make some noise again. Eye for a ball. Darryl with a couple of monster shots in Seattle. Came out of spring training in great shape physically and mentally. (2-0), and what a moment this could be. Opening day 1998, 75th anniversary of the opening of Yankee Stadium.
I saw Darryl before that 2-home-run game in Seattle on the way to the ballpark, and he said, it's starting to come back. I can feel it. He called the shot.
Good fastball. Not in the zone that Darryl wanted it. He takes strike 1. It's 2 balls and a strike.
I think that's the difference you see when a hitter, major league hitters ahead 2-0. If you have 2 strikes, you'll go the other way like Tino Martinez. 2-0, you'll take that pitch.
Laid off that one, and it's 3-1. So another hitting situation and a would-be target. That must be pretty deep. Yeah, that's way out.
He can reach it.
Chad Curtis waits on deck. Draws a walk, and they're loaded with nobody out.
Manager Art Howe out of the dugout, and we're seeing Chuck Knobloch having something applied to a finger. He's going to wait for that to dry for a while. Or maybe Chuck is just signaling that the Yankees are #1 or will be.
Well, he's involved in the opening put out of the ball game. He stumbled out in outfield grass, might have injured it then. Art Howe with a message to his starting pitcher: you got a 5-run lead. We can't help you if you don't make them put it in play. Speaking of putting in play, another interesting comment by the new Oakland pitching coach. He said, I don't want to dwell on the negatives of base on balls, but the A's walked over 500 men last year. They were the worst by far in the American League in pitching. They had fewer complete games, fewer good solid starts. And he said, I want our pitchers to get the opposition to put 2 more balls in play every game than they did last year. So over 162 games, that would be 324 fewer walks. Sounds pretty simple. 2 per game.
Yeah. Hadn't happened this inning, though.
Chad Curtis has a pair of home runs and 6 RBIs on the year, and he takes ball 1. He has not done well in these situations in his career. Partially because I think he's a very anxious hitter.
Well, if he gets the high fastball up, he gets to tend to be a better hitter.
And in on the hands with that one into right field. Is it deep enough? It should be. Grieve makes the grab. The throw is going into second base as Bernie Williams scores the first Yankee run, and Tino Martinez advances to third. It's 5-1 now, Oakland.
Well, give Chad Curtis another RBI, his 7th of the year. That leads the ball club, and I'm sure he would have rather put better wood on that particular pitch than he did, but it was deep enough down the line. Ben Grieve looked like it might have fallen foul, and he makes the catch, and another runner advances to third. Tino moves over to third with 1 out. So there's where the base on balls come into play. The Yankees have 1 hit this inning. They still got a rally going, and they've scored a run.
And Scott Brocious with a chance to do some damage against his former team. Ball.
The reason why I mentioned it's hard for me to fathom, as David Cone looks on, hoping his teammates can help him out, why the Orioles would trade Jimmy Haynes, who has such a good arm, for Geronimo Baroja, who was going to be a free agent anyway and is no longer with the Orioles. He's with Cleveland.
Giving up one of their top prospects. Late on the fastball. It's a ball and a strike. There's no question about Haynes' stuff. Good fastball, good curve, excellent changeup.
Sometimes it takes a little while for pitchers to blossom and get into the groove.
That's low for a ball. Of course, Al Trotwig, as usual, will be along in innings 4 and 5. And what great pre-game festivities to see all the Olympians out on the field. Robert Merrill singing the national anthem. Joe D throwing out the first pitch. It's the whole package here when you come to opening day at the stadium. Hit well to center field. McDonald has it tracked, and the Yankees are going to get another run. And Scott Brocious has his first RBI of the 1998 season. It's now 5-2 Oakland.
And still the Yankees only have 1 hit, but they have 2 runs, and it's caused by base on balls. Got good wood on it, but it's a long way to center field here at Yankee Stadium. And Jason McDonald tracked it. It was interesting to watch that fly ball as the wind caught a hold of it, kind of knocked it down a bit. Here's contact, and there's the sweet spot of the bat right there. That's what you want.
Just about 3 or 4 inches up that barrel. Joe Girardi looking for his first hit and RBI. The A's thought the Yankees might have the steal sign on. Of course, if they followed the Yankee history, Darryl Strawberry's been bothered a little bit by that knee, so he is not apt to try to do any running.
Kind of acted up a bit on the West Coast out at Seattle on the artificial surface.
Joe Girardi picks up his first knock of the 1998 season, and the Yankees have the tying run coming to the plate.
This might be one of those days for the fans that like run scoring. Kind of turn up the volume. Joe Girardi going the other way. much in the same way that Tino Martinez did, only this time to right field for the base hit.
Boy, scorecard's getting a little evened up now. That first inning, it was all clean. Now in this second inning for both teams, there's a lot of X's and making those diamonds, filling them in to show the runs scored. Here's Knobloch. Good breaking ball, and it's in for a strike. Chuck has done a good job of doing what the Yankees thought he would, getting on base. In fact, let's take a look at our 4 on-base percentage leaders in the American League, and Knobloch in the top 5.
David Segui, we saw him on the West Coast, off to a great start.
Boy, 3 Mariners in that group.
Yeah, Bobby Higginson, how about him having a good year with the Tigers? Good ball player. Glenn Allen Hill coming over from the National League to the Mariners and lighting it up.
2-1. Darryl Strawberry at second, checks the outfielders. Joe Girardi just got his first hit of the 1998 season. He's at first. Good curveball behind in the count, locks up Knobloch, and it's 2-2.
Here's a good look at the pitch, and if I were Knobloch, I wouldn't have been looking for a hook either on the 2-1 pitch. Look at it, freeze, stop, and drop right in the zone.
Good late break. Just a little low, and the count's full. That'll give Strawberry and Girardi a chance to get an early start as Jeter waits on deck.
The gap is in left center field. If Knobloch can run one towards that gap, with the runners going, you probably see Girardi score from first base. Both of them want to be just ready for this 3-2 pitch. Important pitch for Jimmy Haynes, certainly important pitch for Knobloch and the Yankees.
Desperate people seek desperate solutions. And the A's hoping they could get Darryl Strawberry wandering off second. Knobloch with his little pre-pitch routine, getting that bat ready. In on the hands, grounded towards short. Bornegal is there. The toss to Giambi in time. So Haynes escapes further damage. The Yankees strand a pair, but they score a pair. We head to the top of the third here at the stadium. Oakland leads it 5-2.
New York Yankees baseball on MSG. The Yanks battle the A's after New York City Marriott scorecard Sunday on MSG. Yankees fans.
At the original Sweet Tomato in Orangeburg, we encourage you to pass the Parmesan and the homemade sauces and the delicious salad dressings. Pass the freshly made pastas and traditional Italian specialties prepared daily by our chef. At Sweet Tomato, you'll find the choicest cuts of meat and the freshest seafood. And when you're done, you can pass the time with cappuccino and dessert. One thing we ask when you're driving down Route 303 is don't pass the Town Plaza 2 Shopping Center, because that's where you'll find Sweet Tomato.
Stop in Monday through Thursday, where kids eat free from 4 to 8.
Unfortunately, there's nothing good about having an accident. But at Dan Bucky Ford, we try to get you back on the road as quickly as possible, no matter what you drive. That's why at Dan Bucky Ford, we don't just have a service and parts department. We're proud of our award-winning Dan Bucky Ford body shop. Our factory-trained technicians will have you back on the road looking as good as new. Because at Dan Bucky Ford,
we'll work hard for you, and everyone knows it.
Do commission-driven salespeople attack you upon entering their jewelry store? At Mamari Jewelers, our relaxed atmosphere, friendly and knowledgeable staff is there to help you. Whether you're buying bracelets, chains, rings, earrings, or creating that one-of-a-kind piece. For that special purchase of a diamond ring, choose from a full range of loose, mounted, certified, and non-certified diamonds at very competitive prices. Mamari Jewelers of Nanuet, We turn your fears into cheers.
Ball is brought to you by Snapper. Anything less just won't cut it. Great day at the stadium, always is, particularly on opening day, but it's been a little rough so far for David Cone as Oakland takes a 5-2 lead into the top of the third.
I think if you're David Cone, you have to look at the last inning, the second inning of the game, in which you gave up 5 runs, say that's it. From this point on, I'm going to be tough. Don't give up any more.
And that's strike one. I think that's the challenge for a pitcher when you've had a day like Cone has so far, is you think your stuff is good, but you've given up 6 hits and 5 runs, is keep being aggressive. That's typical by play on the dugout there with pitchers trying to get the feel of that baseball. That was Mariano Rivera and Sunday starter Ramiro Mendoza. He did commit, Sid. Third base umpire Greg Kosk. Maggott didn't think so, and it's 0-2.
Well, let's take a look. We got the benefit of the replay, and one thing he did as a veteran, you see him, he got that bat out and then brought it back real quick. Don't leave it out there for the umpire to get a good look.
In on the hands, Brocious will not have room, and it's still 0-2. Well, Steve Palermo, when he was with us a couple of years ago, has always pointed out that the umpires, the way they call that is to try to judge the intent. Did he intend to swing or did he intend to hold up? That's a tough call.
That'd be hard to prove in a court of law.
You know, you always hear people say, well, it's did the barrel go past the plate? And a lot of times umpires will say, well, if the intent wasn't there, they won't call it. Another good pitch, and it's still a ball and 2 strikes to Maggott.
I must have had a lot of intent when I was playing.
Wouldn't you say about 90% of the time it's a strike call?
It seems,
whether you go or whether you don't.
Yeah, that's one way to keep the game moving.
Just a little low, and it's 2-2. Scott Spezio waits on deck. Check that count. It's 1-2. And again, Maggott. See, there again is that characteristic of a good left-hand hitter that can somehow stay on top of that high fastball and not pop it up. George Brett, Don Mattingly, Keith Hernandez. Joe Morgan was outstanding at that. Did he go? Yep. The intent was there, said Greg Kosk. And David Cone has another strikeout.
This will be strikeout number 4 for David Cone, and almost the exact same pitch in which Maggott tried to check the first time. And he's going to get rung up. Same results. Yeah, that time you could see he definitely went around. I think even more so than the first time.
Spezio first pitch swinging, and Cone is happy to see that. Chad Curtis is out there to put it away. 2 quick outs.
Dave Maggott has struck out twice now. On the left is his first at bat. You can see how some of the pitches were in here. They're trying to keep the ball in. The same thing here, but everyone he'll go away with the pitch. There's nothing down the middle, and Maggott, a hitter, has a pretty good eye. And some of those he didn't chase, and the ones inside, he knows he has to speed up the bat to get to him, and he couldn't check as they broke in on his hands. Some good pitching, at least to one hitter by David Cone today.
And 2 quick outs here in the Oakland third, and strike 1 to A.J. Hinch. This would be very important for David Cone to have a quick third inning. It could keep him in the ball game through at least the 6th. And he is quickly ahead of Hinch 0-2.
Well, you mean by quick, you mean low pitch inning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had a long inning. David had 59 pitches through 2 innings. Then that next inning, you want to go out there and say, let's see if I can get him out in 8 or 9 pitches. Broken bat. Jeter can't get it, and Hinch has another single, his second of the game. A broken bat single.
David Cone might want to rethink his way of pitching to Hinch. He hadn't been able to get him out very often. That's his 3rd hit off of David Cone. Maybe his 4th.
And here's Bornegal. It was this bottom part of the Oakland order that did the damage. After a strikeout, Spezio walked, and then a couple of singles by Hinch and Bornegal, and away they went. They scored 5 before it was over. That's in for a strike. Back-to-back wins in Seattle for the first time in 4 years made that road trip acceptable. The Yankees come home with 3 wins and 4 losses. Of course, Baltimore, off to that great start, is already 7-1. Outside, 1-1, and the disappointing thing about the baseball schedule, the way it's set up right now, is the teams in the Eastern Division don't play each other enough. They'll only play within the division 44 games. I mean, that's not even close to half of the games in the schedule. That's just not right when you're trying to determine a division champion. In the air to right center, Bernie Williams is there. And the A's are down in the 3rd. We head to the Yankee half. Oakland leads it 5-2.
Both these men have athlete's foot. But only one used Desinex, the soothing cure. Desinex has a dual-action formula that calms the itching and cools the burning. And Desinex is clinically proven to kill the fungus dead, so your feet feel good while they heal. Got athlete's foot? Get dual-action Desinex, the soothing cure.
No, I don't need vinyl siding. This is an apartment. I can't get away from these salesmen.
I'm Jim.
Hi, Jim. This is for you. Hello. And make sure you deal with a pro, like your GMC dealer. It's closer than you think. Here, let's take a look.
Now, in addition to Jimmy's strength, comfort, and versatility, you get low 1.9 APR GMAC financing, 1.9%. Think how much you could save in finance charges. See your Tri-State GMC dealer.
Oh, no, don't get it.
We interrupt this program to bring you the following message. No one duplicates color better than we do. MCS Canon.
Look at Manhattan from our view here at Yankee Stadium, and a reminder that Yankee baseball is brought to you in part by Fila. Change the game. Rains have stopped. Still partly cloudy skies, but a nice afternoon for baseball here at the stadium. And the Yankees would like to change that score. They trail 5-2 as Jeter looks at ball 1. Derek out early today with Chris Chambliss taking some extra batting practice. And that might be one reason why. Looks like he's getting beaten right now by the fastball.
Same thing applied on the West Coast, and I think that beginning of last season with the pitchers in the league trying to get that fastball in on Jeter's hands, and then all of a sudden he started to sting that ball, then they backed off. The word gets around the league. Jeter moved off the plate just a little bit, about where he is now. See that fastball inside? They're going to make him start hitting that pitch again. He was in spring training.
Had 4 or 5, I think 5 home runs in spring training, and really pulled the ball with some authority. Another fastball. And with all the sophisticated scouting available, you mentioned word gets around the league. Advanced scouts are here. It won't take long. I mean, he is going to continue to see fastball after fastball until he turns 1 or 2 of those around.
Satellite technology.
There's another one. Same spot. Count is full. to right field near the line. Grieve has it measured. And there's one down in the Yankee third. Now we've got lots of Yankee baseball coming up here in the next couple of days. And Sunday afternoon, it'll be Tino Martinez, and the Yanks finish their weekend series with the A's. That's at 1:30 right here on MSG. And then Monday night, the Angels visit Yankee Stadium to battle the Bombers. That's a 7:30 start on MSG. Yankee baseball coming up Sunday and Monday. Please check your local listings. And it's ball one to Paul O'Neill. Off-speed pitch, 2-0.
I think it's interesting the way the Masters are, golf, the way that Paul O'Neill actually holds his bat. It's more reminiscent of the way a golfer would kind of hook that top finger around the club. We can watch him set up here. In fact, the Masters, I was watching a little bit of it yesterday. Of course, like to see Tiger do well, and other golfers are. He's not in the lead at the moment, but you have a feeling he might come back. See how he hooks that top finger?
Kind of like a feel-good finger.
Yeah.
You want to go back about 40 years in baseball. Al Rosen, who at one time was president of the Yankees, he won the most valuable player award with a broken finger, that index finger, just keeping it off the bat all year. Haynes comes back with a good fastball, and the count is full. I imagine you want to release the tension on the bat, and you want it to feel almost like you're holding a bird, like you're not squeezing that bat.
They say the same thing with a golf club. You're holding a bird, you don't squeeze it, you don't want to kill it, just hold it tight enough, and Paul O'Neill fouls the pitch off.
Because when the pitch comes and you start your swing, you'll grab onto it automatically. Good comeback by Jimmy Haynes. That's fouled at the plate, so O'Neill stays alive. And it's still 3-2.
A good emergency swing by Paul O'Neill. I watch him really have to go out and get this pitch. Just foul tips it. Hinch can't hold it.
I don't know anyone that could stay alive on those outside pitches better than Paul O'Neill. At 6'4", with long arms. Even that, I mean, that was a mega emergency swing. That was 9-1-1.
Gets a piece of this one. This is going to break well out of the zone.
Wow.
That's good tracking by the bat right there.
Bernie Williams with an imaginary at bat in the on deck circle. He's tracking those pitches, and it pays off. Now that's what the good hitters do. They foul off a couple of those tough pitches. Frustrating for Jimmy Haynes as O'Neill draws a one-out walk.
Yankee hitters led the American League in receiving base on balls last year, despite the fact that nobody on the team placed in the top 10 in the league. So that shows you just about everybody's willing to take a walk and set it up for the next guy.
It was Chris Chambliss' approach also as a hitter during his playing days. He was always a very patient hitter. Bernie takes the breaking ball on the outside corner, strike one. And the Rock, Tim Raines, bothered by a little tightness in his calf muscle. He's talking hitting with Homer Bush. Yep.
If Homer can become the type of leadoff hitter Tim Raines was in his heyday,
he'll be something. Ball and a strike. We've got enough statistics that we can get a hold of for just about everything, and I would imagine by the end of the year the Yankee lineup as a group might see more pitches than any team in the American League. We know that Jeter and Knobloch as a tandem did that last year. That had to be a vapor lock throw there by Jimmy Haynes. He thinks Paul O'Neill's going to steal second base. Probably not comfortable with the sign he got, so he just decided to throw it to first. Two and one. Again, Yankee hitters getting themselves in favorable counts. Kenny Rogers with some boos coming out on the pregame introductions, but Oakland said he just pitched as solid a game as they've seen him pitch in quite some time in his last appearance. against the Cleveland Indians. Well, no secret, it's a better. Isn't that amazing that you look on the bench and pitchers talking pitching, and we saw Tim Raines, they're talking hitting, everyone working at their craft.
The pitcher's got that ball in the hand, and hitters either holding the bat or imaginary bat practicing their swings.
3-1. And another walk. That is now 4 walks in the last inning and a third, and that's going to bring Rick Peterson, the Oakland pitching coach, out of the dugout.
I bet you his message is very similar to the one that Art Howe brought out the last time. We've got the lead. You keep putting men on base. Inconsistent control has been a problem for Jimmy Haynes. He does have the stuff. Good fastball in the 90s. Throws a very good changeup. Excellent curveball. But every once in a while he'll lose that release point. Men start to find their way on base.
Very challenging situation for Rick Peterson. He was the pitching coordinator in the White Sox organization under Gene Lamont and in Toronto, and now because of a kind of a headbutting situation between Billy Beane, the Oakland general manager, and Bob Cluck, last year's pitching coach, Cluck, was dismissed just before the end of the season, and Rick Peterson brought in. So he's dealing with a lot of pitchers that he's not really familiar with.
You know, the A's were having problems last year with their ERA, which was the highest in the league, and this spring it was the highest too. And just before the season started, Rick Peterson becomes the new pitching coach.
Tino Martinez with a chance to tie it. That's ball 1. Singled in his first at bat and scored a run.
And Jimmy Haynes asked for a new baseball as the Yankee fans are asking for a rally. My former manager, who's now in the Hall of Fame, Earl Weaver, the pitcher was having control problems. He would whistle from the dugout, change the ball, change the ball. They did that one day, and the next pitch was hit out of the park. He said, "That's not the one we wanted."
2-1. Good fastball. There's another one of those situations where Tino, with a 2-0 count, was not going to swing unless it was in his zone, about middle of the plate in. Chili Davis, big decision coming up in a couple of days on him. That's just outside. 3-1. That torn tendon that kind of flared up when he tied his shoe too tight out on the West Coast and running the bases. Found out he had a torn tendon. They'll know in a couple days if it requires surgery, and if it does, obviously he's going to be out for an extended period of time. Good swing, and he fouled it straight back. Count is full.
Tino had the good home run cut on that one, as you should, on a 3-1 pitch to your liking. And that, I think that's the difference between major league hitters and, you know, kids in little league and even on further up before they get to the big leagues. And hitters will chase 2-0 pitchers that pitchers make, good pitches that they make to the corner. When they get to the big leagues, 2-0, if it's a good pitch, they let it go. See, they want the pitcher to do it again.
Got to be in his zone. That one was. It's hit to right. It's deep. Grieve is back. He's looking up, and it is gone. We're tied at 5.
They want Tino to come out.
And he does. So some electricity here at the stadium on Tino Martinez's first home run of the season. And it's ball 1 to Strawberry. After spotting the A's a 5-0 lead, the Yankees have come back to tie it here in the third. And Haynes is really on track right now.
He has nobody to blame but himself. The Yankees have scored 5 runs. 3 of the runs that have scored are men he put on with base on balls.
Yeah, the tale of two pitchers. Tino telling Paul O'Neill how he did it. David Cone has not really beaten himself. The A's have gotten a few little bloop hits, but Jimmy Haynes is doing just what you said. He is beating himself, and you know Darryl Strawberry is going to have the green light right here as Aaron Small begins to heat up in the Oakland bullpen. Strike one.
See, that's that pitch I'm talking about. 3-0, good pitch, low and away. The big league hitters just say, huh.
Good luck charm. David Cone says, let me sit next to that guy. Ooh. Chase the high fastball, and the count is full to Strawberry.
There was some intent on that swing.
And that one, as Darryl stays alive, and it's still 3-2. Walked in his first at bat. And another, those are your emergency swings, huh? You hitters like Paul O'Neill and Strawberry with the long arms and the big bat, you just reach out and flick those, stay alive.
There you go.
That paid off. And again, the Yankees have seen, I mean, Jimmy Haynes has pitched 9 innings here in 2 1/3 innings.
Let's look at the sequence of Tino Martinez. Up and away for a ball. Breaking ball low, ball 2. Good pitch on the corner. He takes it. Another pitch, misses the corner, 3-1. Has a good cut at that one. And I don't even think he got all of this. Not quite all of it. But Tino's strong enough he doesn't have to get all of it. Grieve back. Hey, it's a brand new game.
And here's Chad Curtis. Strawberry on the run. He is going to run today, and he's in there. Hey, the knee feels great. Lead run at second.
Darryl must be feeling pretty good. Maybe the adrenaline's flowing all over the ballpark. Joe Torre has said if they feel they can make it, go ahead. And he's turned just about everybody loose on the club. And Darryl Strawberry heeding his manager's advice. Pinch, it's kind of a tough pitch to throw somebody out. It's kind of low and in. He makes the throw to the third base side of second, and Darryl's in the back door.
It's probably the first time in his career that Darryl Strawberry's knocked out a starting pitcher with a stolen base. But Jimmy Haynes is leaving. Art Howe has seen enough. A 75 pitch performance through 2 1/3. And he'll give way to Aaron Small, the Oakland A's reliever. We'll be back with the action here. A curtain call for Tino. Back after this.
You mean Hertz gave us this great weekly rate just by booking early?
Exactly. Special low rates for booking in advance.
Huh. And we still get computerized driving directions, emergency roadside assistance, and great Hertz service.
Exactly. It's Hertz.
Wow. I guess it pays to plan ahead.
Exactly.
Sweetie, you think it's too early to give you my Christmas list?
Hey kids, want to play like the pros? Make yourself a better basketball player at the Gatorade Knicks Summer Camps for Boys. Join Charlie Ward, Herb Williams, and other Knicks players for the hoops experience of a lifetime. The Knicks offer 3 day camps and 2 overnight camps. Session 1 at the Kings Point Merchant Marine Academy. Session 2 at the Westchester County Center. Session 3 at Pratt Institute in Brooklyn. Session 4 at Manhattan College in Riverdale. And Session 5 also at Manhattan College. Call 212-465-4100 and register today.
No, I don't need vinyl siding. This is an apartment. I can't get away from these salesmen.
I'm Jim.
Hi, Jim. This is for you. Hello? And make sure you deal with a pro, like your GMC dealer. It's closer than you think. Here, let's take a look.
Now, in addition to Jimmy's strength, comfort, and versatility, you get low 1.9 APR GMAC financing, 1.9%. Think how much you could save in finance charges. See your Tri-State GMC dealer.
Oh, no, don't get it.
New York Yankee baseball is brought to you by Hertz. For business, for pleasure, nobody does it exactly like Hertz. Wow, there's a big Yankee fan. Came here for, I guess he took a little time out from Little Giant. My Giant. That's Billy Crystal's latest movie, and he's a big-time Yankee fan, seated in the owner's box.
Did a great job on Oscar night, too, didn't he?
I'll say. Wow. Aaron Small, a little insight into the Oakland A's pitching staff last year. Aaron Small is a relief pitcher. He led their staff in wins with 9. They had the worst starting pitching in baseball. So he inherits a ball 1 count to Chad Curtis with Darryl Strawberry at second. And that's in on the inside edge, 1-1. Things a little lighter now on the Yankee bench. Sweeping curveball misses, 2-1. Couple of, excuse me, Kenny.
Go right ahead, Kenny.
Couple of productive outs the last inning, and Curtis one of them. You pointed that out. Haynes kind of beat himself. Couple of walks, and both Curtis and Brocious got runs home with sacrifice flies. Ground foul, 1-2.
I was going to mention that Small made over 70 appearances last year, and he wasn't the only one out of the bullpen. Billy Taylor, Buddy Groom, they were busy. Art Howe made 480 pitching changes last year. And it was only exceeded one other time in history, and it was last year by Dusty Baker. So in the Bay Area,
sign up.
961 pitching changes.
We'll find you a job. Well, the A's rotation won 29 games. You put Andy Pettit and David Wells together with the 2 of them. They won 5 more than that as a duo last year.
Well, you look at the Giants, they finished first. The A's finished last. So
a productive bullpen can make up for the lack of starters.
Speaking of a productive bullpen,
Curtis stays alive. Yeah, right now the Yankees have one of 5 pitchers that can really step up and show Joe Torre, can I do the job in Mariano's absence. Mike Stanton, though a little bit shaky, did get the save in Seattle on Wednesday night. Jeff Nelson is down there. Darren Holmes, Mike Buddy. I think Yankee fans are going to like what they see from Mike Buddy. Defensive swing out toward third. This will be a tough play, and he won't be able to make it. Magadan off balance, never got his feet set underneath him, and Curtis, with an emergency swing, beats out an infield hit.
Sometimes it's not hard how hard you hit him, it's where you hit him. Magadan coming in, he can't get the ball out of his glove. Right there, a little indecision. Doesn't have a good grip on it. Does the best thing by holding on. And watch Curtis out of the box. Now he senses, yeah, I might have one. Base hit.
And then turns around to just check. Here's Scott Brocious, 2 on and 1 out. Strawberry had to hold on that ground ball. Low for a ball. When you see that play not executed, then you really appreciate, Yankee fans can, the way Greg Nettles used to do it. And then Brooks Robinson, because when they do it, you say ho-hum, looks pretty easy, but when you see Magadan not execute it, you realize what goes into making that play. Two and 0. So again, the A's, who walked more people than any pitching staff in baseball last year, that is what's hurting them here today. Curtis at first on the infield hit. Strawberry at second drew a walk.
Plenty of history here at the stadium. Look like the guys I played against. They were tough.
That far back, huh? Shot left field. Strawberry with a late start is going to be waved home by Willie Randolph, and it's cut off, and the Yankees lead it 6-5.
Well, Willie Randolph took a chance and sent Darryl Strawberry. Brocious with the base hit picks up his second RBI of the ball game. The screamer through the hole into left field. Now Darryl, I didn't think he got a good jump off at second, and Ricky had the ball in plenty of time. I think what happened was the throw is a little offline. You can see how it's up here towards the middle of the infield. And the throw was cut off by Magadan, sensing that it would not go to home plate.
So it was Darryl Strawberry's stolen base that set up that lead run. Here's Girardi. Curveball in for a strike. And the Yankees have come back from a 5-run deficit to take the lead 6-5 here, and we're only in the third. Up the middle. Almost took Aaron Small's glove off. Curtis is being waved home, and he'll score easily. Throw into third is cut off. And the Yankees are running the pillows and scoring runs. They lead at 7-5. Second hit of the game for Girardi.
So Aaron Small has come out of the bullpen, poured some gas on the fire here as the Yankees continue to rally. Solid single right back through the middle. That's where the biggest opening is in the infield, and Joe Girardi finds it. Now watch, I believe that Brosius was going to stop at second until McDonald bobbled the ball. Then he took off for third. No error has been charged. Here's a good look at it, and that's what Aaron Small's got too much of a good look at.
He sure did. Up close and personal. Here's Knobloch. First pitch swinging, fouls out of play. Now you see how the strategy changes with Yankee hitters. Knobloch is a very patient hitter, but you can sense they've got this pitching staff on the ropes, and anything close, they're being aggressive. Brosius at third, Girardi at first. The bottom of the order has been productive.
Plus there's a chance to drive in a run now as opposed to getting on base yourself to start a rally. Everybody likes those RBI chances.
Long, tough afternoon so far for the Oakland pitching staff. If you joined us late, David Cone appears to have good stuff. He got touched up for 5 runs in the second inning. But the Yankees have come back to give him the lead. Ooh, swing straight back, and it's 0-2. You recognize that pitch?
Well, you know, it's a swing that Darryl Strawberry or Tino Martinez or Paul O'Neill would take when they're ahead on the count, going for it.
Or maybe even Joe Torre.
Yeah.
Tino tied it with his first home run.
Yankees batted around this inning now. Jeter led off by making out, and since then everybody else has gotten on base.
Up the middle and cut off by Bornegal. A nice play, and he turns it into an inning-ending double play. So a run saver by Rafael Bornegal. Al Trautwig will be along to join Kenny in the fourth. Tino Martinez, first home run, triggered the Yankees' 5-run third, and they lead it 7-5 after 3.
A giveaway to Smolinski. Saved by Richter. Rebound saved by Richter.
You're watching MSG Network. We're all over it.
Education is one of life's greatest achievements, so at Dominican College we focus on providing the finest education a college can offer. With over 30 undergraduate and graduate programs to choose from, Dominican College believes in success. Academics and athletics work hand in hand, creating a wholesome and spirited community. If you're a high school graduate or you're looking to continue your education, call Dominican College today at 359-7800. Dominican College. Experience the Dominican difference.
Why waste time riding around looking for the best prices for your mobile communication needs? Make your first and only stop Cellular Communications and see Handsome Hal for the best prices on cellular phones.
Handsome Hal wants to keep you talking. Sign up for Double Time now. Buy 30 minutes, get 60. Nights and weekends are free. Save at home with 30 minutes free AT&T long distance service. And Handsome Hal's best deal gets even better with unlimited beeper service.
Handsome Hal's the best!
At number 1 Schultz Ford, every vehicle is marked down every day. Right now, save over $8,000 on special purchase 97 Ford Tauruses. A big, fat $8,000 off. Or choose a special purchase 98 Contour and save over $7,000. Plus comparable savings on Crown Victorias and Grand Marquis. If you want to pay more elsewhere, that's your business. If you want to save thousands of dollars, that's our business. The Schultz Markdown. #1 Schultz Ford and Nanuet. You're really going to love us.